Jackson in our Coach's Corner here with head women's soccer coach Eric Faulconer to talk about the Pirates' 2 wins last week as Armstrong stretched its win streak to 4. And Coach Faulconer, you had 1 home match, 1 road match. Your road match was another exciting close one, but then the home match against Tusculum was close for the first half. Take us through the 2 matches this week.
Well, we went on the road up to Catawba on Wednesday, Chad, and got off to a really bad start. The Catawba scored right away and then added another one to make it 2-0, and I was thinking this is not going to be a good day. We just weren't playing well. We were very flat. But we were able to kind of claw back there in the first half and get a goal right before halftime, which was huge. It gave us a chance. Jordan Otto hit a shot off the crossbar, which Aaron Holt followed in and put in the rebound. Made it 2-1, so it made it a little bit, it gave us a better opportunity, obviously, in the second half. In the second half, we came out and played very, very well. We really took the game to Catawba, and we created numerous chances, and you're just hoping, you keep on saying it's going to happen, and finally, I think somewhere around the 80th minute or something like that, Naja Musquef poked one past the keeper to make it 2-2, and that got us to overtime. And then in overtime, Casey Dixon, who had the game-winning assist against Lander, played a great ball into Christina Pascotti, who scored her first goal of the year, and she slotted it in the back post, and we get out of there with a 3-2 win. So, really proud of the effort to come back from 2-0 down, but we had to figure a way to be a better starting team because we've been falling behind in too many games this year. So we talked about that, this week, and then we get into the Tusculum game, and we do the exact same thing. We make a mistake and record our own goal and get down 1-0. But they didn't panic, and I think started to play really well there. Kelly Barr tied the game, and we went 1-1 at half. In the second half, we played, I think, probably the best soccer we've played all year, and ended up going away 5-1 with that. So, we need to figure out a way to not fall behind because it's going to catch up eventually, and that's on me. I have to get the team ready to play, and we tried some different things, and it hasn't worked. We've tried some different lineups, and that hasn't worked, but we're going to figure it out because eventually we're going to run into a team that's not going to let us back in that game, and so we got to get that right.
Now, you got Kelly Barr back from injury. She played the 2 matches this week. You still haven't had your true full 11 at any point this season, but the depth is really kicking in, and you're starting to see some players come back from injury. Talk about how you get those players back into soccer shape and game shape through a season.
Well, our training staff does a nice job with them. They may not be able to play, but they're doing things to stay active if they can, on the bike, core exercises, things like that. So hopefully they can transition back. And then we just don't plop them right back in the game and ask 90 minutes. Kelly in the first game, played a lot more probably we wanted to, but we need to play her back in the game shape. We've been able to bring Stephanie James in a little bit and have her play some, so she's hopefully going to get back and play full time. And just trying to get those players back. But depth's been the big thing for us. There's a lot of programs will just try to get a core 11 of being, really strong players. But I don't know what in college soccer you can win that way. If we didn't have the depth we've had, we would be in trouble. And you're right. We've had various different combinations, especially in our back line. We have not, the group that we started with at the beginning of the season, our exhibition against the Citadel, has not stepped on the field since then. So together, but we've had some pleasant surprises here, coming off our bench. And I mentioned Casey Dixon. Tiger Davis scored her first collegiate goal for the first start against Tusculum, and she's worked her way into the lineup. And taking advantage of those opportunities is something that it's important for these players who get out there to show what they can do. So, I think in the long run, we should get everyone back. Nothing is season ending, and we'll probably benefit from it, from the experience of some of those players getting in there and having to play right away. And we survived that so far. So hopefully the injury bug has left us, and we can continue to get stronger as the season goes on.
Now this week you've got 2 matches coming up. You finish your little 3-game mini swing against the South Atlantic Conference. You travel to Wingate on Wednesday, and then you get right back into conference play this Saturday against Clayton State. Talk a little bit about the matchup with Wingate, and then talk about getting back into league play here.
I guess this is the rubber game because we've tied the first 2, right? So this is game 3. We went up there 2 years ago, and they outplayed us. Coach does a good job there. We tied them 2-2, but we took a last-second goal to get it to overtime. And then last year, I felt like we dominated the game, but it was 0-0. They're very organized, have a great goalkeeper, so we know it's going to be a difficult match. I think they're picked to finish second in the SAC this year, and they're always right on the cusp of making the NCAA tournament. So, our whole scheduling philosophy is to try to play the best teams that we can. So hopefully later on we get the conference play, and if we're fortunate enough to get in the NCAA tournament, we've seen some good teams. So, we know that's going to be a difficult challenge going up there the day of and playing them. And then Clayton State is we don't know much about them because they have a new coach, Gareth O'Sullivan, who's done a great job at Division II level before. He's brought in some new players. They're getting some results. So, it's going to be a little bit different opponent than we've probably seen in the past couple of years out of Clayton State. And then in conference play this year, we're talking amongst the coaches. I mean, there's a lot of good teams, and there's no easy games. And so we got to be ready, and I think we will be. And we're encouraged by the way we played on Sunday, and hopefully we can continue to do that this week and continue to win and move forward and get better.
Armstrong returns to action on Wednesday, facing Wingate up in North Carolina. But then we'll be back here at the Armstrong soccer field on Saturday, taking on Clayton State at 3:30. Be sure to follow us online, ustream.tv/Armstrong Pirates, for the web stream between the Pirates and the Lakers. Thanks for joining us, Coach, and we'll talk to you again soon.
Thank you, Chad.